Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today I'm going to be sharing with you this card. It's a really fun one, and it does actually use a festive stamp set. So if you have the beautiful seasons tweetings with the cardinals, you can in fact use them to make some tropical birds too. So this is a set that we are going to be using. And I'm going to be stamping these up with a number of different colours. So this first one here, I'm going to be using cotton candy to go over the whole of the body of the bird. And then I'm just going to rock and roll it in a little bit of coral berry ink. Then for the wing, I'm going to use the coral berry ink all over it and then rock and roll the edge of the wing in the ruby red. So we have one pink tropical bird now. I'm then going to move on with the same stamp. I'm going to stamp this using the beautiful Mountain Mist and then add the edge with the Volcano Lake, and then we can stamp that one down too. Once I've done that, I'm going to go over the wing with the Volcano Lake and then the edge in Lagoon. So we have this beautiful aqua coloured bird now. Now I'm going to have a blue one. So for this one, I'm going to go for Eastern Sky. So I'm going to add that all over the body. Then a little bit of the Ultramarine just to add a little bit of depth to the bottom and the edges of the bird. Stamp that one into place. Now for the wing, I'm going to go straight in with the Ultramarine and then add the dark shadow using the Azurite ink. So we now have a blue bird too. So for the yellow, I'm going to move on to the different bird which is in the stamp set, and I'm going to use some Citrus Burst on the whole of the body and then some fresh lemon just to add a little bit of depth and shade to that one. For the wing, I'm going to go straight in with the fresh lemon, so all the way all over, and then a little bit of honey drizzle to add a little bit of darkness to the bottom of the wing. I'm going to move on to an orange bird, the same one as before, so I'm going to use some Sunkissed. Now I did go a little bit wrong on this, I just did Sunkissed, so then I'm going to go over it again. So I'm going to go straight over again with the Sunkissed and then add a little bit of the depth and shade with the orange cream ink. So I'm going to stamp that directly over so I didn't waste any stamping there. And then for the wing, I'm going to go with the orange cream and then a little bit of that darkness with the Autumn Blaze ink. So there's all of my birds stamped. Now I could have put the legs on, but I didn't want to chop them off. So at this point I am going to die cut all of my images so I know exactly where to put the little legs on so I don't chop them off when I do die cut them later on. So once I have die cut all of my images, I can then add all of the little bits that I was fearing I may snip off. So I'm going to add the legs, and I'm just going to be using my Obsidian ink, but whatever black ink that you do have will work perfectly. So I'm going to add the legs onto the 3 taller ones and the 2 shorter ones. I'm then going to just take one of the eyes. There are 2 eyes in the set, but I feel that I can use these for all of the birds just to save a little time. For the beaks, I'm going to stamp these in 2 different colours. So this one is the Snapdragon, so I'm going to some of the beaks with this colour. I'm then going to move on to the Chamomile, and I'm going to stamp the further beaks using this one just to add a little bit of definition and difference to the birds. So I then have my card base, and I have the twig or branch from the Seasons Tweeting stamp set, and I'm going to stamp this into place on my card base using some mocha ink. And I'm going to stamp this 3 times in various different ways, just coming in from different sides, so it kind of looks like a different branch. So once I have 3 of those in place, I'm then going to take the Forever Firms little mini stamp set from Ultranew, and I'm going to stamp this on to create those twigs or branches into tropical leaves and twigs and branches. So for this one, I'm going to be using the Parrot ink, and then I'm going to rock and roll the bottom of that leaf in the olive, and I'm just going to keep doing this until most of the branches are covered in these leaves. I think this is a really great technique to use with solid stamps. Just adding a little bit of a different colour to the base or where you think it's going to be darkest will add a lot more realism to your card. So I'm then going to move on to the different leaf from the stamp set, and this one I'm going to cover with the olive ink and then rock and roll that into the moss to give me a darker effect on these leaves. So once I'm happy with the amount of leaves that I have going on, I can then take my little die cut birds and then pop them into place where I think they're going to live. So it's always a great idea to play around with your die cuts first before you do add any adhesive down, so you can really move and play around with them. So for the birds that are in the background, I am going to pop them down using some glue tape. And then for this bird here, I'm going to use some really thin foam tape just so he's popped up a little bit from the birds. And this one I'm using a thicker foam tape there. I'm going to then take a sentiment from the Holiday Tag Sentiments stamp set. I've just stamped that using the permanent black, and I'm then going to colour them in using some of the artist markers from Altenew in various different shades, the same colours as the birds. So here is the card complete. I really do hope you've enjoyed the video and that you do like the card as well. It's a really great way to stretch your supplies, especially if you're just buying for the holiday season, and then you can move and play with them in different kind of seasons too. So again, thank you so much for watching everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques, and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.